sad učiš?
Što? Nije nego sam zadnji put kako sam imao problema pa sam sve izmijenjao na lošije postavke. nešto su, ovo je neka nova šema na YouTube, promijenili su. Ja nisam ja. Gdje su ovi pari svi? Šta imamo na sliču?
Live-stream nema, šta da reći. Mnogo smo. To je više 3 dina.
Nemoj šta govori.
Opasna situacija, a?
Uvijek je bile. Ne možeš da dobijemo ovo koliko stvari, 7-8 sekundi. Možeš staviti. Znaš, ja imam jednog prijatelja utakmicu sad kad si kod Dilea. To smo na Kmanu na tom bodu. A 2 kuće od nas isto neka ekipa gleda i televizija im 10 sekundi izdržao naš. Svaki put čuješ. Je, brate.
To sam ja jedne godine to i toliko sam se iznervirao da sam zamalo razbija sve oko sebe.
Ali zanimljivo, na prije sad za zadnju utakmicu uopće nije smetalo, samo smo čekali, ajde, umiri se, navikiš se.
Budem medicini. Možda će ostaće ljudi vanka.
Od? Misliš?
Ima će 300 i nešto prijavljeni. Samo od ovih lokala. Nekako to je slušaj. Šukao ćemo mi sistu u zadnji rek tamo.
Slušaj, to me za 20 minuta. Mogu ja s ti bar doći u pravi prigat. Ej.
Celotep, traka, te...
Taj izolirni čuvan koči, ostala mi je 20 cm.
Ne, ali gdje je objavljeno? Live-stream. Znači, sad moram...
Znači, šta ti treba iz Boše Sport Bilija?
Moram sad, moram veliki uđer. Gdje si ti kartice si uzao? Dobro.
Znači, ton je zeleni, ovo je vama. To je taj tvoj.
To je moj sad.
To ćemo provati. Na line, trebalo bi staviti.
Ne može staviti kad je mikseta ugašen.
Evo, dobro, on posao. Na line.
To je tvoj, vidimo za 20 minuta.
Ajde. Si našao pravo? Je. Nisi mi puno uzeo. otvaranja trajektne luke. Pa ako može sa 100 branitelja, ono, 10 sekundi. Viknit, ono. Ej!
Dino Tomaš. Bio je jednom jedan put.
Bio je. Nema. Ja sam ti na žicu. Two seconds.
Dino Tomaš, Dragan Šupe. Malo nas je
Moga se i meni pusti, šta da čini? Moga se i meni pusti. Ču. A, dobre. Imam te.
Sve imam.
Ima. Drži par sekundi. Šta mi je drugi?
Mikrofon je sve podišano, zato.
Sve ide preko miksete direktno.
Čekaj, nisi bio jutro sa kacigom ispred, ili?
Ti zna sada ili prije?
Ja na klisu ka Ivici. Tako.
Na klis.
Slušaj. Ili možeš riješiti ovo žutilo na kameru?
Žutilo?
Slušaj, se može promijeniti ime ove, krivo je napisao.
Šta?
Na YouTube.
To sam ja napisao, kao sam krivo.
Koji slova si izvinio? Što sam napravio si ja krije?
A krije, jel?
Nisi daleko od istine.
Ravna zemlja, NASA.
Šta sam zamijenio? Samo A sam dodao, je tako?
Imaš karijer.
Talent and dual karijer, karijer piše zvaje. Znači to je to, ne?
Čekaj, kad ćeš glasiti sa to?
Ajmo, napravi refresh.
Na početku, znači imamo video, neću poslati. Ima video od Čilića i od ovoga Mikulića, imaju dva videa po 2 minute i imamo film 8 minuta. Znači ću glasiti.
Pa to je to sve imamo inače. Znači imamo snima. Imamo inače na televiziji.
Možeš imati film je našo stranicu.
Leo. Leo.
Una momento. Samo da ovdje na 2 kadra.
Aj.
To vata vanjska. Njegov.
Ne, ovo je blackmail, on vidi kameru kao blackmail. On bi ovdje treba prikazati.
Ja, dobro, ovo što ti sad tuče, to tuče ovi njegov vanjski. Znači nije još Dino pustio mikrofon sete, ovi XLR. Ovaj je Live.
Zašto ona ne bila?
Sekund. A ovo je na off. Line, to je
Ovo je ništa, ovo je input 2 dole. To je da spojimo ovaj drugi. Znači,
koji stoji?
Ja sam input
u prvi,
1.
dobro.
E.
Dobro, to ne, nek stoji dvoma, nije bitno. Znači line.
I sad možda jedino ovo da je CH1 na manualno ići, jer možda on automatski kao vata šta uči.
A znaš šta, stavi ga na pola pa ga možeš ispeglat. Ako vidiš da je tiho, samo malo digneš. Nego da tuče automatika.
Aj lupaj sam.
Čekaj, gdje je njemu oni? Vata ga opet, a čekaj, kad stavi na on...
Ček, sad na miki, ej.
Nije, nego...
Sad.
Nije, line je.
Bla. Evo viš sad ne udara pa hvala.
A čekaj, sad...
Jen. 1, 2, 2. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Jen, 2, 2. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Jen, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, usa, Jen, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Vidjet ću iz koga. Jen, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2. Je, ide dosta tih. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
European Commission. The hats worn with translation are in the front of this stage, so who didn't take it, please take it. Thank you. We will start in a few minutes.
zašto ti ne pokazuje input uopće? Imaš i ovdje mjerenje, imaš i ovdje, dite, možeš mjeriti signal. Imaš i na kameri display.
Makra sada već.
Znači ovo je na manualno. Znači jedan, zašto ovdje prekidavaš? Zašto ovaj prekidavaš? 1, 2, 3, 5, 5, audio input. Monitor ili nešto. 1, 2, vidite ovo je situacija. 1, 2, 3, 1. Evo. 1, 2. Samo to treba poslije poslušati. Treba smanjiti ga ovdje. Stavi na slušalice, poslušaj to na kameru. 1, 2. 5. Marija, ajde stavi slušalice. Poslušaj na kameri najprije. Nešto od mene vidim, pokazujem umetak na kameru.
Hello everyone, I'm Marin Cilic and I'm a professional tennis player. Thank you for involving me in this discussion, and I'm sorry that I cannot be with you in person in Split to have this discussion, but I really am supporting it and congratulating you for putting in the effort for this well-needed initiative. As a young athlete, I also had to make a big decision, big life decision when I was 14, either to pursue my dream as a tennis player, professional tennis player, or to continue with my education. I had to make that big decision and I decided to pursue tennis, and it was definitely one of the and for your later life. I have also continued after that to educate myself through some online learning or even through some audiobooks, which I'm a big fan of, and I'm also working a lot with my foundation to support big education projects, as I'm aware how important it is for young kids to have a proper education and to learn really properly. I'm hoping that new young athletes are going to have much more options in the future, that they don't have to decide so early either to pursue their dreams in sport or to choose education, as those are things that are extremely important in life, and I hope they're going to make right choices and still.
Pozdrav, ja sam Ivan Mikulić, višestruki svjetski i europski prvak u para taekwondo, te prvi na svjetskoj rang ljestvici za nadolazeće paraolimpijske igre u Tokiju. Trenutno se nalazimo u SAD-u i zapravo nismo u mogućnosti prisustvovati samoj konferenciji, što mi je iskreno žao, pa ovim putem pozdravljam sve sudionike konferencije i želim zapravo na tijekom sportske karijere.
Mislim da smo napokon spremni. Dobar dan i poštovanje svima. Dobrodošli na zaista jednu posebnu konferenciju. Kineziološki fakultet Sveučilišta u Splitu, Splitski savez sporta u suradnji s Hrvatskim institutom za kineziologiju i sport, Županijskim savezom školskih sportskih društava, zajednicom udruga i sportova grada Kaštela te Sportskim savezom invalida grada Splita, pod pokroviteljstvom predsjednice Republike Hrvatske gospođe Kolinde Grabar-Kitarović, Splitsko-dalmatinske županije i grada Splita organiziraju konferenciju pod nazivom Talenti i dual karijera u sportu. Srdačno pozdravljam današnje govornike i članove spomenutih institucija, predstavnike šire znanstvene i sportske djelatnosti te naše domaćine, Pravni fakultet Sveučilišta u Splitu. Na konferenciji će sudjelovati brojni domaći i inozemni znanstvenici i stručnjaci, a svojim dolaskom su nas počastili članovi radne skupine Europske komisije za sport naziva Skills and Human Resources Development in Sport, u čijem su sastavu predstavnici 24 zemlje članice EU. I also wish warm welcome to our guest members of European Commission. It is really pleasure and honor to welcome you in Split. Srdačno pozdravljam i naše pratitelje preko Live-stream linka i conferenceinsplit.eu linka. Zahvaljujući Live-streamu, slika ide u svijet ova 2 dana konferencije. Sada bih pozvala, to jest već je tu pored mene, Klapa Tusculum da nam na početku izvedu himnu Republike Hrvatske Lijepu našu. Please rise for the national anthem of the Republic of Croatia. Hvala Klapi Tusculum. A za sam početak bih molila dekanicu Kineziološkog fakulteta u Splitu, profesoricu doktoricu znanosti Đurđicu Miletić, da mi se pridruži i uputi vam pozdravne riječi.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, it is my great pleasure and privilege to welcome you all here in Split on behalf of Faculty of Kinesiology, University of Split. We are all privileged that this conference is under the patronage of our President of Republic of Croatia, Mrs. Kolinda Grabar-Kitarović. And we are all very honored that today with us are members of European Commission for Sport, members of, from City of Split and from representatives from County of Split and representatives from University of Split and from State Office of Croatia for Sport. Also today with us are representatives from many sport associations and sport clubs from all over the Croatia. Your presence here today is a confirmation how much this city, this county of Split and Dalmatia and University of Split support sport and the science. Faculty of Kinesiology, University of Split is a young but modern and developing institution, and we provide modern education on a bachelor, master and doctoral level of education. Recently, we implemented lifelong learning and distance learning in our processes This is all in accordance to our university strategy. And that, because of that, we were able to organize 2 international study programs for former athletes and coaches. First one is on bachelor level for study specially designed for table tennis coaches and players. And the other one is a joint study program that we organized together with the Lithuanian Sport University. And this is basketball and management study program on master level. And the students from the first generation are here today with us. But this is only beginning, because athletes and former athletes are real heroes of our society, and they are excellent role models for young people. This is why their education are our primary goal. And I think this is important for all of us, because sports, science, and education are the pillars of our society, and we are all responsible for the improvement. This is why this conference means that much for us, and we expect from all of you to contribute with your previous knowledge, with your expertise, with your examples in your countries, and help us solve our problems for better incorporation of our former athletes in all levels of our society. So finally, I wish you all a pleasant stay here in Split and good discussions, and I want you to find new partnership and excellent discussions about these topics. Thank you all for coming.
Hvala gospođi Miletić. Najsportskiji grad na svijetu je, vjerujem, idealno mjesto za ugostiti ovakvu vrstu konferencije. Stoga molim gospođu Jelenu Hrgović, dogradonačelnicu grada Splita, da nam se obrati.
Poštovane dame i gospodo, dragi gosti, posebno vi, poštovani gosti Europske komisije za sport, zadovoljstvo mi je što ste danas u našemu gradu i evo, iskreno vam želim najprije dobrodošlicu u grad, a onda naravno i svaku podršku da nastavite onome što je pred vama u ovom profesionalnom smislu održavanja konferencije, koja je s jedne strane namijenjena sportašima i svima onima koji podržavaju roditeljima, njihovim trenerima i cijelim timovima koji prate jednog čovjeka, a kamoli tek jedan sportski tim na putu do profesionalnog razvoja, a s druge strane vama kao znanstvenoj zajednici koja pokušava naći načina kako da odgovori na onaj izazov da na putu profesionalnog razvoja dobijete i stručnu podršku i razvijete se u profesionalce u pravom smislu, odnosno da i nakon sportske karijere imate svoj životni put i razvoj. U svjetlu ovoga što pratimo proteklih dana, odnosno svjetskog prvenstva i svega onog što nas očito puno više pogađa nego što bismo često voljeli priznati, vrlo jasno se pokazuje kako uspjeh nije samo dio jedne priče, nego dugog puta na kojem je jako puno ljudi koji prate sportaša, da je ono što oni ostavljaju na terenu najčešće nešto što nas pogađa u ovom nacionalnom smislu, u priznavanju nečijeg uspjeha. U tome je grad Split ponekad, reći ću tako kao mi ovdje, dobro ćete znati, ljudi koji ne priznaju tek tako tuđi uspjeh, ali čini se u ovom sportskom smislu da smo tu jednoglasni i da nam je taj dio najjasniji. Ja vam izražavam iskrenu dobrodošlicu u grad i ispred grada nudim ono što možemo, a to je podrška i u obrazovanju i u sportu i ona ruka suradnje koja vam je evo otvorena s naše strane već godinu dana. Hvala vam na tome i osjećajte se dobro u Splitu, a u nedjelju neka najbolji pobjedi.
Hvala dogradonačelnici Hrgović. A bez podrške krovne organizacije za sport u Republici Hrvatskoj, ova tema, to jest ova konferencija, kao i mnoge druge, ne bi bile moguće. Doktorica znanosti Martina Jeričević, voditeljica službe za sport djece i mladih, lokalni sport i stručne kadrove Središnjeg državnog ureda za sport, će nam se obratiti sljedeća.
Poštovani uzvanici, predstavnici Europske komisije, predstavnici županije, grada i svi učesnici na ovoj konferenciji, iznimno mi je zadovoljstvo pozdraviti vas ispred Središnjeg državnog ureda za šport u ime državne tajnice Janice Kostelić na otvaranju ove prve međunarodne konferencije Talenti i dual karijera u sportu. Meni osobno, vjerujem i svima, je iznimno drago da je baš ova konferencija našla evo mjesto ovdje u Splitsko-dalmatinskoj županiji, u gradu Splitu, jer ste poznati po tome što ste zasigurno jedan veliki raslednik sportskih talenata, ali kako bi se tim mladim sportašima i sportašicama pružila što kvalitetnija skrb, kako kroz u njihovom daljnjem razvoju, kako kroz sustav sporta, tako i kroz sustav odgoja i obrazovanja, potrebna su nekakva određena znanja, znanstvena i stručna, koja vi trebate implementirati u svome radu. Sigurna sam da ćete na ovoj konferenciji steći određena znanja koja ćete moći koristiti dalje kako bi omogućili tim mladim sportašima što uspješniji nastavak daljnje karijere. Stoga želim svima uspješan daljnji rad i zasigurno ugodan boravak, što će sigurno biti u najsportskim gradu na svijetu. Sigurna sam da ćete još puno puta čuti tu rečenicu, ali nikad dosta. Evo, hvala vam lijepo na dolasku i ugodan rad.
Hvala vama na dolasku u Split i uvijek ste dobrodošli. Kad bih krenula nabrajati sve uspjehe hrvatskog sporta, sve naše sportaše koji su ispisali povijest, pa nisam sigurna kada bih završila. Svima jedno zajedničko. Put uspjeha je dug, težak i trnovit. Jednu takvu priču ćemo sada pogledati. Priču Marina Čilića.
Hello everyone, I'm Marin Cilic and I'm a professional tennis player. Thank you for involving me in this discussion, and I'm sorry that I cannot be with you in person in Split to have this discussion, but I really am supporting it and congratulating you for putting in the effort for this well-needed initiative. As a young athlete, I also had to make a big decision, big life decision when I was 14, either to pursue my dream as a tennis player, professional tennis player, or to continue with my education. I had to make that big decision and I decided to pursue tennis, and it was definitely one of the biggest decisions in my life. Especially at that time, there was not many options as today for online learning, but I managed still to finish the high school, and I am aware how important the education is for young kids and for your later life. I have also continued after that to educate myself through some online learning or even through some audiobooks, which I'm a big fan of. And I'm also working a lot with my foundation to support big education projects, as I am aware how important it is for young kids to have a proper education and to learn really properly. I'm hoping that new young athletes are going to have much more options in the future, that they don't have to decide so early either to pursue their dreams in sport or to choose education, as those are things that are extremely important in life, and I hope they're gonna make right choices and still to continue to educate themselves and to be better persons. Take care, guys. Enjoy the discussions and the initiative, and I'm sending you big regards.
Postoje ljudi koji sretnemo kroz život i koji nas nadahnjuju, koji nam daju vjetar u leđa i tu i tamo šapnu sve moguće. Jedan od njih je Ivan Mikulić, paraolimpijac i svjetski paratekvando prvak. U sljedećim minutama ćemo čuti njegovu priču.
Pozdrav, ja sam Ivan Mikulić, višestruki svjetski i europski prvak u paratekvando te prvi na svjetskoj rang ljestvici za nadolazeće paraolimpijske igre u Tokiju. Trenutno se nalazimo u SAD-u i zapravo nismo u mogućnosti prisustvovati samoj konferenciji, što mi je iskreno žao. Pa ovim putem pozdravljam sve sudionike konferencije i želim zapravo naglasiti važnost obrazovanja sportaša tijekom sportske karijere. Student sam online studija na Kineziološkom fakultetu u Splitu, s obzirom da po završetku karijere želim ostati i raditi u sportu. Pozivam sve kolege sportaše, iako zapravo znam koliko je to zahtjevno i teško, da upišu studij i dobiju znači tu zapravo diplomu ili zvanje kako bi po završetku same svoje sportske karijere bili ravnopravni članovi društva. Mislim da je online studiranje na Kineziološkom fakultetu u Splitu prilika koju zapravo treba iskoristiti. Svim sudionicima želim ugodan boravak u Splitu, a poseban pozdrav mom treneru Dražanu koji i dalje zapravo ima volje za održavanje ovako jedne korisne manifestacije.
Ivanov trener, ujedno i predsjednik organizacijskog odbora, izvanredni profesor dr. znanosti Dražan Čular, će nam se obratiti s osnovnim informacijama o samoj konferenciji.
Poštovani uzvanici, drage kolege, predstavnici lokalne, regionalne i državne uprave i samouprave, bit ću kratak obzirom da su kolege prije već sve bitne stvari naglasili. Ovo što su Marin i Ivan kazali je bit same konferencije. Znači, imamo neke probleme, ali i pored problema svi ste svjesni kakve imamo rezultate. Kad smo prvi put došli na ideju da organiziramo sastanak Europske komisije za sport u Splitu, prvi problem koji se javio, kazali su, a opet će u Splitu biti neki presedan, jer neko nepisano pravilo je da se sastanci komisije obično održavaju u glavnim gradovima. E sad, ako prezentiramo da se kolege iz Zagreba ne naljute, grad Split je glavni grad sporta u Republici Hrvatskoj. Tako da smo uspjeli Ministarstvu vanjskih poslova pojasniti zašto je dobro da ta konferencija bude tu u Splitu. I samo je bilo pitanje da li ćemo dati prefiks prva ili mogli smo je nazvati međunarodna. Ali ako smo je nazvali prva, znači da bi bilo za očekivati da postoji druga, treća i tako dalje. Naš sport neće stati, igramo finale svjetskog prvenstva. Želim ugodan boravak svima koji su prepoznali ovu konferenciju u najsportskijem gradu na svijetu, u gradu u kojem imamo olimpijske medalje u 11 sportova i više od 70 olimpijskih medalja na 180.000 stanovnika. Ja vjerujem da velika većina naših gostiju ne zna te podatke, ali ćemo se družiti. Pored ostalog, možete pogledati panoe iza vas, jer bi se želio zahvaliti našem dragom doajenu, profesoru Kučiću. Molim vas, profesore Kučić, ako se možete digniti da vas vide. Znači, on je sportski povjesničar. Znači, na tim panelima je opisana sportska povijest Splita, koliko veliku tradiciju imamo. 140 godina je tjelovježbe i školovanja stručnih kadrova u Splitu. Ja sam siguran da je malo gradova u svijetu koji se mogu podičiti sa takvom tradicijom. Nadalje, da ne bih nekoga zaboravio redom, predsjednicu Povjerenstva za izradu nacionalnog programa sporta, gospođu Sandru Čorak, možete se dignuti da vas vide, svi kao čekaju, svi kao uzajebli sunce, nacionalni program sporta. Kolegica Čorak će održati predavanje sutra na temu nacionalnog programa sporta, pa vas pozivam sve one koje interesira ta problematika, jer strateški dokumenti nam nedostaju, da prisustvuju. Nadalje, dogradonačelnicu ne treba spominjati, ona je sve prisutna. Nažalost, gradonačelnik je bio spriječen, ali nama je bitna ta podrška grada Splita, a oni su iskazali da nam daju podršku, jer mi nemamo predstavnicu samo do gradonačelnicu, imamo cijelu delegaciju, pa ovim putem pozdravljam i kolegu Matu Omazića koji je pročelnik službe za društvene djelatnosti i voditelja službe za sport, dragog kolegu Igora Maretića. A i dekan Pravnog fakulteta zaslužuje da se digne na noge, jer svi su pitali, samo izvolite. Svi su pitali zašto Kineziološki fakultet radi konferenciju na pravnom fakultetu, a uredili smo svoj prostor. Pa zato što želimo biti praktični. Znači, naši gosti su smješteni u hotelu Corner. Mogli smo raditi na našem fakultetu, ali ovo pokazuje kakva sinergija mora vladati. Ove konferencije, bez sudjelovanja svih ostalih, Mirjana, molim te da se i ti digneš na noge. Znači, zajednica sportova grada Kaštela. Ujedno predsjednica alumni udruge Kineziološkog fakulteta u Splitu i draga Martina, na noge. Kolege iz Središnjeg državnog ureda za sport su prepoznali ovaj naš napor, tako da je ova konferencija potpuno besplatna za sve sudionike, nema kotizacije. Prijavom na javni poziv smo osigurali, znači, sredstva, tako da to bude dostupno svima. I onima koji mogu platiti i onima koji ne mogu platiti. Nadalje, kolega Zelić, inače voditelj centara izvrsnosti ispred županije, ako može isto malo da se digne, da ga vidite, da zapamtite ove ljude koji su uložili dosta truda i napora. Sad sam već u problemu jer me strada nekog ne zaboravim. A toliko je dragih ljudi sudjelovalo u ovome, ja im se ovim putem svima još jedanput zahvaljujem i želim da uživate u ovoj konferenciji. Hvala lijepo.
Hvala profesoru Čularu i cijelom njegovom timu. Now I would like to welcome Mr. Yves Lelustec, head of the Sports Union in the European Commission, to address you and to declare this conference open.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to thank you very much for the authority, for the opportunity to co-open this conference concerning the development of sports talents. We already knew that there were a lot of talents, of sport talents in Croatia. This is not new. But yesterday was a spectacular proof of your national talents. You know, I'm here representing the EU, but as all EU civil servants, I have my nationality, and I'm French. And you will have recognized it easily through the accent, I imagine. And, but I must say that during these 2 days here, I became a Croatian fan. I think there are even some compromising pictures of me yesterday with the Croatian flag. So, so this will last 3 days, and Sunday will be another day. I will, I think, recover my nationality, but I will just say, as the deputy mayor said, que le meilleur gagne in French, so let's the best team win. And now I will forget my nationality and football issues, and I will come back to my hat of EU civil servant, but I will just say a very few things. First of all, I must say I'm very pleased about the fact that this conference takes place and that we are working together on this subject, because training, skills, support to talents, competences in sport has become a subject more and more important at EU level. We're working now on this. You know that sport is a new competences in the treaties, and we're working more and more on this. And the only message I will convey here on this subject is that we now have the possibility not only to speak and to deliver speeches and things like that, but also to support projects through the Erasmus Plus program. We really have now important possibilities in the field of sport, and we have the potential to support good initiatives existing in order to promote education, training, skills in sport. The second thing I will say is, you know that sport remains basically a national competence as education. This is in EU jargon the principle of subsidiarity. We help, we organize cooperation when there is a need, when there is an added value. And there is more and more request for this, because now cooperation is established with member states. It is, you know that we just had an expert group taking place during these last 2 days. And this is a proof also and a signal that we are cooperating now a lot with member states on this subject. To tell you the truth, we negotiated last year with member states the new EU work plan for sport for the 3 years to come, and one on the 2 subjects which have been identified as generating an expert group was precisely human resources in sports, so training, skills, development, and so on. The second one being integrity in sports, so match fixing, corruption, and so on. The third thing I will say is that the Commission is working on this and has even more ambition for the future. Some of you may be aware that the Commission just made proposal for the future generation of programs, 2021-2027. And concerning the future Erasmus program covering education, youth and sport, the Commission's proposal is that the budget will be doubled. It will be doubled for education, it will be doubled for youth, it will be doubled for sport. This is the current Commission's proposal. This was the initiative of my boss, Commissioner Tibor Navracsics. Now we will see the negotiation with the member states and with the Parliament, how it will go. But this is the present situation and the ambitions of the Commission. So a lot of potential of development for this subject at EU level in the coming years. And the last thing I would say is that we have in the Commission a very good tradition of cooperation with the presidencies. The Estonian presidency, ex-Estonian presidency was present today. We cooperated very well with Bulgaria, now with Austria, next year with Romania and Finland, and then it will be the turn of Croatia. And I must say that the way everything was organized during these 2 days is a very good signal of our future cooperation, because it was really excellent and we enjoyed a lot, and I'm sure your presidency will be a success. Now I will finish with a personal anecdote. So some people tell me that I have the best job in the Commission, because I just do what I love, and you will understand that I like sport very much, too much maybe, and I like football very much, and from time to time, too much. And when I was a kid, I was one of the way I learned geography was through football. And I must say I have a special connection with Split in a way, because one of my favorite teams, maybe some of you will remember, was Saint-Etienne. At that time, it was a strong team. Now, more or less, but at that time it was a strong team. And each team has its games of legend, and one of the legendary games of Saint-Etienne was against Hajduk Split. And at that time, I knew by heart all the names of the players. Now I have forgotten. I remember just one, Suryak. He was playing in Hajduk Split at that time. So thanks to these sort of games, and so thanks to Hajduk Split, I knew where Split was and that there was a strong team and that it was a sports city. And that's it. That is what I wanted to say. I will not say more because I will have colleagues and my colleague who will say everything about the EU policy in the field of education through sport and your career. And I will now finish my speech like that. I understand it is my role, I just understood it is my role to open the conference, so I declare it open officially, and thank you very much for your attention. So.
Thank you, Mr. Lustek. We hope that you will have fruitful work here and fruitful conference. Citiram, dostignuća u sportu nešto je čime se ovaj grad najviše ponosi. Kineziološki fakultet u Splitu izvor je znanja za sportaše, trenere i naravno pedagoge. Na samom kraju ceremonije otvaranja pogledat ćemo kratak film o Splitu, gradu sporta i Kineziološkom fakultetu u Splitu.
Split is a city of sports and top athletes. It is a place of exceptional sporting achievements and was the site of world's great sporting events. But above all, Split lives for sport. It burns with passion for victory, particularly in spite of a better, stronger opponent. There is an important connection between the Faculty of Kinesiology, University of Split, with athletes or sport coaches and trainers, because without quality knowledge, there is no quality work, and therefore no top results. Sporting achievements are something this city is most proud of. Faculty of Kinesiology, University of Split, is the source of knowledge for athletes, coaches, and of course, educators. Today, educated kinesiologists are the basis of sport management and resources in Split. They are the initiators of all sport and recreational activities at all levels. The early beginnings of the introduction of physical education in secondary schools are noted already in 1848. And 12 years later, the Split municipality established a gymnastics school. It was the beginning of a story that continues to this day, a story that through the years has given a strong contribution to the development of the city, both in educational and sports segment. Faculty of Kinesiology is a young member of the University of Split, but the study of kinesiology is one of the oldest in Split. In fact, it has existed since 1953, when it was located within the Pedagogical Academy, then became a part of the University of Split, and at one time even existed as part of the Faculty of Philosophy in Zadar. Before it became independent in 2008, Department of Kinesiology operated within the University of Split as one of the institutes of the Faculty of Natural Sciences, Mathematics and Education. Since 2008, this faculty has been operating as an independent research and educational institution which trains personnel in all areas of applied kinesiology, education, sport, recreation and exercise. Within the professional undergraduate and graduate specialist study, undergraduate and graduate, postgraduate and doctoral study.
S ponosom mogu reći da je Kineziološki fakultet u Splitu ove godine, prema preferencijama maturanata, najpoželjniji fakultet za studiranje na sveučilištu u Splitu, jer mladi prepoznaju univerzalnost i otvorenost zanimanja vezanih za sport, rekreaciju, kineziterapiju i edukaciju.
The need for regular university undergraduate and graduate programs at the Faculty of Kinesiology is indisputable for the wider region area. Our faculty is striving to provide better conditions for students and better university education, on which we are working on intensively.
Trenutno na Kineziološkom fakultetu u Splitu na sveučilišnom prediplomskom i diplomskom studiju kineziologije imamo upisanih 355 studenata.
Academic year 2011-2012 has brought a revolution to the curriculum at the Faculty of Kinesiology in Split. Online study or distance learning using the Moodle system and Carnet system as a strategic partner. Comparative advantages of online methods of study are many: time availability and 24 hours a day teacher-student communication, not being dependent upon the number of students, geographical limitlessness, and lower costs. The study is initiated regardless of the number of students. It provides study possibility for persons with disabilities, and the quality of studies continually aligns with European and international standards, including students from all over the world who are not Croatian citizens. Today you can enter an online coaching course as the only one available in Croatia, for example, cycling coach course. Thanks to this, let's call it, revolutionary method of distance learning, Vatreni Stipe Pletikosa was among the first to get his index. He was joined by the famous Croatian handball player Vlado Šola, Snježana Petika, Dino Radja, a former water polo player and now coach Joško Kreković, Petar Metličić.
Veselim se jednostavno novom znanju, jer mislim da što smo pričali, sigurno da koliko god smo mi iskusni, koliko smo god prošli toga, koliko god znamo, fali sigurno neka, pogotovo to teoretsko znanje. Zato smo tu
There are many who are expressing interest, especially due to the fact that this institution is showing progress and is becoming stronger day by day. Kinesiology has been more than a movement for quite some time now. It is making large steps in educational and scientific terms. The institution has opened its doors to Europe and the world with the intention of exchanging experiences and knowledge, also demonstrating expertise of existing or coming personnel.
Temeljem vizije, misije, kao i strateških prioriteta te sugestija reakreditacijskog povjerenstva koje je prošle godine posjetilo naš fakultet, izradili smo akcijski plan koji u trajanju od 18 mjeseci želimo u području znanstvenog istraživanja obaviti neke najvažnije aktivnosti za naš fakultet. Neke od tih aktivnosti već smo napravili, kao što je formiranje znanstvenog povjerenstva za znanost, koje je izradilo neke vrlo važne pravilnike za poticanje znanstvene izvrsnosti na fakultetu. Cilj tih pravilnika je poticanje znanstvene izvrsnosti naših djelatnika, u prvom redu poticanje objavljivanja u časopisima koji imaju visok impact faktor, dakle u kvalitetnim međunarodnim časopisima, kao i apliciranje na projekte naše zaklade za znanost ili na projekte Obzor 2020.
Izuzetno dobar rad odsjeka za međunarodnu suradnju u proteklih nekoliko godina razlog su potpisivanja sporazuma sa 12 europskih zemalja sa kojima danas održavamo intenzivnu razmjenu studenata. Struktura studijskih programa na osnovi 3+2, odnosno diferenciranih preddiplomskih i diplomskih studija, predstavlja polazišnu platformu za daljnji razvoj standarda zanimanja, kompetencija, unapređenje studijskih programa, pa tako i mogućnost zapošljavanja u Europskoj uniji.
During a short time period, practically since 2008, Faculty of Kinesiology has taken particular care of business policy. Young staff, full of enthusiasm and necessary knowledge, is making the way to success, striving to provide as much knowledge and also taking care of planning and daily functioning of the faculty. Despite being one of the recent components of the University of Split, kinesiology achieved the highest percentage of revenue in relation to other components of the university. That is why there are great plans. Reconstruction of existing facilities and rearrangement of space at the Faculty of Chemistry and Technology, also building an independent object with associated facilities at the campus complex. But that's not all.
Iako smo određene korake u unapređenju sustava poslovanja već napravili, predstoji nam daljna informatizacija i izrada modela komercijalizacije rezultata znanstvenih istraživanja i drugih oblika intelektualnog vlasništva. Novotvoreni prostor Hrvatskog instituta za kineziologiju i sport, opremljen vlastitim sredstvima Kineziološkog fakulteta u Splitu, predstavlja jedan veličanstven iskorak u kojem se isprepleću znanost, obrazovanje, sport i briga za zdravlje cjelokupne populacije grada, županije i Republike Hrvatske. Obzirom na dosadašnje pozitivne rezultate povlačenja sredstava iz fondova Europske unije, za očekivati je da u bližoj ili daljnoj budućnosti iznađemo modele financiranja izgradnje nove ili nadogradnje postojeće infrastrukture s naglaskom na vlastita sredstva, sredstva naših partnera ili sredstva fondova Europske zajednice. U skladu sa službenim sloganom Kineziološkog fakulteta koji glasi "Pokrenimo se prema zdravlju", mislim da možemo konstatirati da smo se i poslovno pokrenuli.
The faculty prides itself with its distinct cooperation with countries in the region which recognize Split's Faculty of Kinesiology as a scientifically productive institution, recognizing also experts and students of this faculty.
Danas Kineziološki fakultet djeluje u posve drugačijem sveučilišnom okruženju koje na tradicijama starog postavlja i nove akademske prioritete.
The Faculty of Kinesiology continues on its set track at a quick pace. This is the result of dedicated and professional work of staff at all levels. Progress, specialization, new features and research, education and new knowledge are leading this faculty to new accomplishments. Perhaps that is exactly why the Faculty of Kinesiology is not located in the city of Split in Tesla Street by chance.
Evo, profesor Čular mi je rekao da moram napomenuti da je ovo snimano pred 3 godine, da smo sad još jači i bolji. S njima smo započeli, s njima ćemo i završiti ovu kratku ceremoniju otvaranja. Klapa Tusculum će nam izvesti dobro nam poznatu i nadam se za koji dan prigodnu pjesmu "Mi smo prvaci".
ista nada, isti trud. Snaga je u svima, čeka vjekovima, nebo zna i pjeva sa nama. Mi smo prvaci, mi smo prvaci. Sam ovaj sjaj i pobjeda i peka naš, znam da vrijedio je Pana. Mi smo prvaci. Jedan narod, jedna zemlja, jedan put, isti korak, ista nada, isti trud. Snaga je u svima, čeka vjekovima, nebo zna i pjeva sa nama. Mi smo prvaci, mi smo prvaci. Sam ovaj sjaj i pobjeda i peka naš, znam da vrijedio je Pana. Mi smo prvaci. Bog i Hrvati.
Vjerujem da sam nisam jedina naježila za vrijeme ove izvedbe. S kratkom ceremonijom smo završili. Sad nastavljamo udarno sa glavnim predavanjima danas. Ono prvo uvodno predavanje pod temom sportski internati, centri izvrsnosti i učenje na daljinu u funkciji dvojne karijere i potpore razvoju sportskih talenata će prezentirati prodekan Kineziološkog fakulteta, izvanredni profesor dr. znanosti Dražen Čular.
Ako nekoga ne interesira, slobodno može ako je neko došao samo zbog otvaranja, slobodno može napustiti salu, tako da ostanu oni koje interesira. Znači, već ste me jedan put gledali pa sam se potrudio da ova prezentacija se sastoji od 2 filmića jer je najvažnija stvar znati zainteresirati publiku. Kao što vidite, naslov je Sportski internati, centri izvrsnosti i učenja na daljinu u funkciji dvojne karijere i potpore razvoju sportskih talenata. Svi znamo da sport ima veliku društvenu vrijednost. Olimpijske igre, evo sad svjetsko prvenstvo u nogometu, bilježi enormnu gledanost i može se uspoređivati sa svim drugim područjima društvene djelatnosti izvan sporta. Došli smo u situaciju da se nas stalno bombardiraju sa svotama, iznosima koji se obrću u sportu i koje sportaši zarađuju. I ne možemo pobjeći od toga da je sport postao, znači, bitan globalni segment industrije zabave. A što znači da se u vrhunski sport ulaže mnogo novaca, a sudionici su orijentirani na postizanje vrhunskog sportskog rezultata. Utrka za vrhunskim rezultatima uvjetovala je neophodnost znanstvenog i profesionalnog pristupa u bavljenju sportom. Pa da jedan put još ponovimo šta je potrebno za taj vrhunski sportski rezultat. Znači, pored sportaša sa određenim predispozicijama, koji inače zovemo sportskim talentima i kao što možemo vidjeti kojima na sreću naš grad obiluje, moramo raspolagati s optimalnim materijalno-tehničkim uvjetima, moramo imati stručnu nadogradnju, a moramo imati neke znanstvene spoznaje o karakteru samog sporta i utjecaj određenih čimbenika na uspjeh u tom sportu. I cijela ova priča se može sažeti u 3 dijela. Znači sportski talent, sportski razvoj i sportski rezultat. Potraga za sportskim talentima je ušla u fazu da se ta starosna dobna nekakva granica jako spustila. Ono što se prije 10 godina tražilo sa 15-16 godina, sad je već na 9, 10, kako u kojem sportu. Kad ti talenti uđu u sustav, oni ulaze u jedan proces sportskog razvoja. Ovdje imam sliku poznatog plivača, svi ga prepoznajete i možete pročitati poruku. Znači, to su neke stvari koje neko ne bi htio raditi, ali sportaši su i prisiljeni raditi ako žele rezultat. I na kraju svega toga, kad se poslože ove prethodne stvari, imate sliku Gorana Ivaniševića kao prepoznatljivo lice, da naši gosti saznaju i da pored onih pustih olimpijskih, svjetskih, europskih medalja čak imamo i osvajača Wimbledona. Da u Splitu imamo i Stipu Božića koji je proslavljeni alpinist i osvajač brojnih svjetskih planinskih vrhova. Da imamo prvoga osvajača K1 turnira. I opet ulazim u isti problem, nekoga ću zaboraviti. Jer je toliko tih krasnih imena prisutno u našem gradu da jednostavno je teško sve pobrojiti. E sad, kad se vratimo na sportske talente, ovdje sam pronašao jedan simpatičan video u trajanju od 4 minute koji bi vam trebao pokazati šta je to sportski talent. Nažalost, moja dobra volja je zapela na tehničkom momentu. Ja sam radio u modernom ofisu, a ofis koji je instaliran na računaru je stari, pa nećemo moći pogledati video. Znači, zatim imamo sportski razvoj. U taj sportski razvoj, znači taj sportski rezultat iziskuje sve raniju i raniju specijalizaciju i profesionalan pristup trenažnom procesu. U današnje vrijeme ubrzanog načina života postavlja izazove pred mlade sportaše svih kvalitativnih razina u smislu usklađivanja sportskih obaveza sa svim ostalim svakodnevnim zadaćama. Tu je posebno izražen problem kod mladih sportskih talenta i usklađivanja sa školskim obavezama. A roditelji su često stavljeni u nezahvalnu poziciju da u ime djece biraju obrazovanje ili sportsku karijeru. Prema istraživanjima, čak 1/3 mladih sportaša u dobi od 17 godina odustaće od sporta jer smatraju da to, pod navodnike, oduzima previše vremena i utječe na rezultate školovanja. Nažalost, rijetki su podaci, a na razini Republike Hrvatske ne postoje takvi podaci koliko je istinski sportskih talenata odustalo od sporta zbog škole. Proveli smo jedno istraživanje u suradnji sa Hrvatskim nogometnim klubom Hajduk u sklopu izrade elaborata uspostave sportskog internata za potrebe njihove nogometne akademije. I tu je napravljena analiza sustava sportskih gimnazija koja trenutno egzistira u gradu Splitu, u Republici Hrvatskoj, i provedeno je istraživanje o stavovima roditelja mladih sportaša prema uspostavi sustava sportskih internata i centara izvrsnosti. Uzorak se sastojao, kao što možete vidjeti, od roditelja polaznika nogometne akademije, od roditelja predstavnika nacionalnih sportskih saveza od roditelja predstavnika regionalnih sportskih zajednica, od roditelja predstavnika službe za sport pri jedinicama lokalne i regionalne samouprave, roditelja predstavnika klubova sa područja Splitskog saveza športova i roditelja nogometnih trenera i sportskih djelatnika. Ova druga analiza u kojoj smo analizirali sustav sportskih gimnazija pokazala je da u čak 5 odjeljenja razredne odjelje za sportaše u školskoj godini 2016-17 nije popunjen planirani broj učenika. Šta to znači? Znači, ostalo je praznih mjesta. Imamo ogroman broj sportaša, imamo veliki broj vrhunskih sportaša, imamo veliki broj sportskih talenata i onda se desi situacija da ostane praznih mjesta u sustavu školovanja koji je namijenjen upravo tim sportašima. Znači, u toj godini koju smo analizirali, u 12 razrednih odjeljenja upisano je ukupno 200 i nešto učenika, od čega je bilo 73 nogometaša. Naglasak u istraživanju je bio na nogometaše zato što je to rađeno za potrebe Hrvatskog nogometnog kluba Hajduk. A jedan interesantan podatak je da u Splitsko-dalmatinskoj županiji samo su 3 sportaša nogometaša pohađala taj program sportske gimnazije. A ogroman broj djece se bavi nogometom. Samo 3. Nešto ne štima. I detektirali smo sljedeće probleme. Ono što su roditelji istaknuli, sportaši su često vezani za određeni klub. Postali su roba. Prodaju se. Sele iz mjesta u mjesto. Sad, neko bi trebao upisati sportsku gimnaziju u trajanju 3 ili 4 godine, nebitno sad. Ali on konkretnu kvalifikaciju s tim ne stječe, nego mora nastaviti školovanje na fakultetu. To je predstavljeno kao određeni problem. Zatim, taj sustav upisa je nedovoljno razvijen i nije usmjeren na detekciju sportskih talenata. Kao što je to recimo slučaj u području umjetnosti. Znači umjetničku školu prvenstveno se gleda da li neko ako želi svirati violinu, da li je on talentiran za svirati violinu. A sve drugo je u drugom planu. Zatim, u postojećim kurikulima je nedovoljno razvijen i implementiran sustav učenja na daljinu. I kad na sve to nadogradite prezahtjevne trenažne i natjecateljske obaveze koje sportaši imaju svakodnevno i tome priključite relativno slabu fleksibilnost postojećih planova i programa koji nisu prilagodljivi individualnim potrebama sportaša. Jučer sam baš gledao na televiziji, možda ste pratili boksača, našeg olimpijca Hrgovića. Čuo sam jedan podatak fascinantan da u Hrvatskom olimpijskom odboru treba nešto popraviti jer je toliko specifično da sustav prepoznaje ako nekom treba brod za natjecanje, ali ako nekom treba sparring partner, onda sustav treba nadograditi. Jer su sportovi upravo zato i toliko lijepi i prekrasni jer su specifični. Ovo su zaključci provedene ankete. Znači čak 70% roditelja ispitanika smatra da tjelesna aktivnost, informacije o zdravom načinu života i kvalitetnoj prehrani nisu uopće ili su nedovoljno obuhvaćene u okviru postojećih osnovnoškolskih ili srednjoškolskih programa. Većina od 56% ispitanika mišljenja je da su sportske obveze u većini slučajeva prilagođene školskim obavezama, što posebno ograničava sportski razvoj polaznika. A ovaj glavni zaključak u kojem je čak 97% ispitanika izjavilo da je uspostava ovakvog modela školovanja sportskih talenata nužno potrebna, odnosno oni smatraju da bi bilo dobro da postoji, za razliku od samo 3% ispitanika koji su izjasnili da model nije potreban ili nisu sigurni da je potreban. I ono što je jako interesantno, postavili smo pitanje roditeljima kad bi takav sustav postojao, da li bi vi bili zainteresirani za upis djece? I 88% tih ispitanika je odgovorilo da bi bili zainteresirani, što u principu opravdava i samo istraživanje i opravdava napore da se krene u tom smjeru. I zaključak koji je izveden, da je uspostava sustava skrbi o sportskim talentima nema alternative, naravno ako se temelji na znanstveno-stručnom pristupu i etičkim principima, koji će omogućiti obrazovanje tijekom sportske karijere i razvoj sportskih talenata. Nadalje, strateški dokumenti trebali bi analizirati navedenu problematiku i ponuditi rješenja u interesu mladih sportaša i društva u cjelini. Potrebno je razviti vertikalu sustava školovanja i skrbi odgoja i obrazovanju sportaša i potrebno ga je integrirati. I sad ću se malo prebaciti na strateške dokumente. Pošto je prijedlog nacionalnog programa sporta u proceduri, znači inicijalni tekst je završen i unutar toga teksta se nalazi jedan opći cilj 3 koji kaže unaprijediti skrb o sportašima, a da bi takav cilj mogli ostvariti potrebno je, kao što možete vidjeti i našu temu naše konferencije, poticati dual karijeru sportaša, osigurati stabilan sustav stipendiranja te skrbi o vrhunskim sportašima, poboljšati status manje zastupljenih skupina u sustavu sporta i povećati primjenu znanstvenih metoda u području skrbi o sportašima i vrhunskim sportskim rezultatima. Iz tih ciljeva su proizašle neke mjere ili aktivnosti kako se to želi ostvariti. Ja vam sad neću nabrajati ciljeve, jer ovo sve skupa će biti dostupno u digitalnom zborniku u kojem će biti obuhvaćeni svi radovi izlaganja s ove konferencije, pa onaj koga bude to interesiralo će moći pogledati. Zatim imamo jedan poseban cilj koji kaže povećati primjenu znanstvenih metoda u području skrbi o sportašima i vrhunskim sportskim rezultatima. Zašto je bitna ova znanstvena spoznaja? To nećete vidjeti, zato što je moja ideja bila da vam pokažem još jedan film, ali nažalost tehnika ne može pratiti brzinu kojom se mi krećemo, pa ćemo to vjerovatno osposobiti da bude dostupno na stranicama konferencije, tako ako neko bude zainteresiran da može to pogledati. I došli smo do zadnjeg slajda moje prezentacije uz službeni slogan Kineziološkog fakulteta Pokrenimo se prema zdravlju. Ja vam se zahvaljujem na pažnji. I ako neko ima neka pitanja, tu sam.
Hvala profesore Čular. Sport practice effect on cognitive performance in the elementary school will be held by Mr. Johnny Padulo.
Thank you for this kind introduction, and thank you for about the agency for this kind invite. Anyway, okay. After race activity, sportsmen have to face more or less ordinary people daily issues, and that is why after competitions, life of elite sportsmen is becoming a relevant topic within the scientific community. Clearly, Ansver is pursuing a dual career since the very early school years. Yes, is a link there between physical and cognitive performance. That is matter of a recent research by me and my team. Anyway, sorry. Okay, thank you. Anyway, in the world, there are a lot of children participating in several sports. Particularly in USA, several researchers calculated about 44 million 10 years ago. Anyway, the problem of this school activity in sport is the dropout related to the injuries. In fact, it was published on a British Journal of Sports Medicine, the first problem for the children about the dropout. And on this topic, several researchers showed that the effect of the increase of injury is related to training irregular respect to regular training. In this way, several researchers investigated the effect of injury risk, particularly the high incidence in soccer players, for two reasons. The first reason is that during the soccer match, there are a lot of body contact. Okay? And the second reason or point is that the football is much popular in the world, as well as in Croatia. And in the same way, in order to decrease injury risk in children, several researchers investigated the two training, specific task compared to aspecific training. And specific training or motor task decrease injury risk. Anyway, the injury was related to the motor ability and the muscle strength, coordination, unbalanced muscle tendons, unstable joint, proprioceptive ability level. As a simple research on Medline, you can see an example on children injury topic or keywords. You can see 139,000 articles and increase in the last years. You can see 5,000 articles in the last 48 years. While cognitive performance and physical activity in children, we have 1,500 articles, with the peak 1 year ago about 100 articles. You can see the different trend respect the sensitivity of the researcher in the world related to injury risk, because it's related to the health, respect to cognitive sport performance and sport school performance. What is the new? The physical activity and performance school is very important. They have a crucial role to improve the quality of life for these children. And the first review 8 years ago showed that there are a good relationship between physical activity and school performance. The simple question is, can sport help school performance? On Nature, 10 years ago, some research showed the trilogy between aerobic exercise, brain function, and physical activity. You can see in left side the relationship between aerobic capacity and mathematics achievement. In the right side, reading achievement and aerobic capacity. Oops. Okay. For this aim, I propose in Italy a pilot study in first graduate, particularly criteria inclusion, last year in this school, with this team by me, and from Professor Zoran Gargantov from Split, Andrea Di Giorgio, Professor Lugardigo, and Nicola Bragazzi as statistical analysis. I propose a conceptual model based on 15 mathematical models to calculate the many variables you can see in the next slide, based on a simple questionnaire. Oops, sorry. Sorry. Very fast. Okay, first, citizenship, gender, because in Italy we have a lot of immigrants. Therefore, the different relationship of the population. We have different social demographics status, and also the second part of this questionnaire, the family context. An example, you're living in the first floor, second floor, or number of family members, number of family members practicing sports, and the presence of a dog. The third point is lifestyle. This lifestyle, walking the dog, using the lift, practicing sport, a number of sports disciplines practiced, practicing team sport, time spent, an example for video games or spent for TV. As the next, school performance, calculated in relationship of the best results in school performance for geography, technology, arts, sport, music, sciences, English language, and mathematics. And finally, we analyzed sport performance on linear sprint, agility test, long jump, and medicine ball free throw. The results show the high intra-class correlation coefficient about the reliability of the measurement. And we validated these mathematical models with the estimated model SRMR, 0.049. And the lifestyle, you can see 0.014, and the school performance as a latent variable, 0.002. It's blocked. Okay. Thank you. Okay. We find there a good significant value between family context and the lifestyle and the school performance, socio-demographics and school performance. This is full mathematical models. It's very hard. And you can see in the above side family context, below side the performance ability test, in right side the lifestyle, and the left side the school performance. We simplify these mathematical models with another. This is the last. Okay, and you can see in left side the school performance and the high relationship with the family context, in fact, family sport, and the years of sport practice. With this study, we validate a new mathematical model as a predict equation to simplify from the school, the sport performance. For example, if you have one child, high sport performance, he will have good school performance. But if one child have low school performance, we don't have good sport performance. Thank you. Are there any questions? Grazie. No?
Mr. Damir Zubac and Mr. Vladimir Ivanche will present modern technology in the process of identification and tracking of sports talents.
It's lovely to welcome you all in Split. I'm giving my talk in English, so because of the all guests from abroad. So it's basically built around or structured around bridging the gap between science and practice, non-invasive hydration status estimation in some specific group of athletes, and the dual career issues. What have you learned so far? So basically, it's whether or not Croatia has a systematic education system in sports, and what do we as kinesiologists do to help it? How can we make athletes benefit from our research? And are we moving in the same direction concerning whether sports and sports science are actually moving in the same direction? Is there a link between us? So first of all, do we produce elite athletes on a daily basis? So this is a general conception or something that people abroad typically see when they hear or when they're heard of somebody coming from Croatia. Is this really true? Do we have like epaulettes with people running the show and having elite athletes produced on a daily basis? Why? Why do our athletes typically compete at the highest international level? Is there some sort of mechanism behind all of these successes? And how can we further improve their performance? Is this a critical point with the kinesiology today? So I'll have some pictures. So this is the current national team captain of Croatia playing his first competitive season, actually in Bosnia when he was 18 years old. And then he moved to be Croatian national captain playing at the World Cup finals. So as you may know, many people of this age, 18, were actually playing in Barcelona, Bayern Munich, anywhere you can imagine. And he's the only one who got there. So is this actually a product of our system? Here's another example. This is Bojan Bogdanovic, currently captain of the Croatian national basketball team. Also playing his first senior season in Mostar. And lastly, this is Marin Cilic from Međugorje, playing his first ATP Tour season as a youth tennis player from Bosnia. So, is there an underlying system or a mechanism behind the success of our athletes? Or we actually get interested when they become famous? Is there an actual link between us? So there are two schools of kinesiology here in Croatia, one in Split and one in Zagreb. And typically we educate PE teachers, physical education teachers, and fitness coaches. We do not currently educate sports scientists, biomechanics, exercise physiologists. Does our Olympic Committee benefit from our programs currently? Is the success of our athletes a concept beyond the current perspectives? Is there a link? Is that an issue? Should we just leave these people working as they currently work? Do they need our help? Can we actually intervene to change something and change the story around? Can we get a better insight into their health? So we did a series of papers looking at dehydration in that specific group of athletes, Olympic combat athletes. First of all, the first issue was how do we actually measure dehydration? So you can take a bunch of blood and urine samples and look at their diagnostic accuracy. And you can actually have a look under very, very strictly controlled conditions. Are there any confounding variables that actually influence our data? And do we need sophisticated systems to get our data outside so they can actually be helpful to both athletes and coaches? Is that a link? So basically, these are the health-related issues originating from acute dehydration. So you've got impaired thermoregulations, you've got changes in your cardiovascular dynamics, you've got impaired cognitive function, which can actually be translated into poor success at school or something. I didn't do any research in that area, so excuse me for that. Impaired endocrine function with their hormones. And in spite of all that, all of these combat athletes typically dehydrate themselves and challenge their kidney system, and they attempt to rehydrate themselves in a very, very short time span. And that's why there should be some sort of regulation to track or screen acute dehydration because of all this above mentioned. And we published a series of papers in very respected journals looking at severe and moderate hypohydration among these type of athletes. And we actually found a huge number of athletes hypohydrated regardless of their body mass stability, fluid intake, etc. So that was actually the first clue. And the second clue was that they're suboptimally intaking their water. And there's a huge issue with the patterns of their fluid intake, leading to serious health-related issues. Subsequently, we also saw that there's a huge gap between the reliability of these biomarkers. So we actually noted with the urine sampling, regardless of the urine-specific gravity or the urine osmolality, so regardless of the actual laboratory or the field findings, we found the same thing. They're increasing. And they're increasing regardless of the body mass stability, fluid intake, etc. So we had a better look, and we were interested to what extent do actually proteins in urine influence these markers, and they do. And this was actually explained in our narrative review just recently published in the European Journal of Sports Science. And it was basically time to move on to explain the exact mechanisms. So this was my talk at the Hydration for Health Challenge for like one of the 5 best youth researchers in the field of fluid balance and dehydration. And we did a meta-analysis, systematic review with meta-analysis of different controlled and uncontrolled studies. So we basically separated them according to their research design. So we look at dehydration, rehydration, and follow-up studies. And what we actually saw was the small effect size, regardless of the actual methodological perspectives. But the I-square statistics actually tell us that there's a large heterogeneity and variability with rehydration and follow-up, meaning that urine-specific gravity is not an accurate index, and one glove doesn't fit all sizes. That's a huge issue. And this urine-specific gravity index is generally accepted as a hydration biomarker, and it's the most commonly used biomarker in sports today. That's why we were interested in the mechanisms behind that. So we actually performed a meta-regression involving urine-specific gravity, fluid intake, and their body mass change. And we actually found no common variance among these variables. And we found a huge discrepancy. And there are 2 mechanisms that I can actually explain. So during rehydration, a portion of your fluid that is consumed remains trapped in your plasma volume, and that actually tricks your ADH osmoreceptor feedback, so you get false positive findings. That's like the first issue. And the second issue with this is the follow-up studies, methodology. So you're not actually convinced that these studies are methodologically sound, so their data are poor, and that's an issue for sure. So spot urine specimens, taking a urine specimen on a single trial is not a good method to detect your hydration status. And that's the key message with these findings. And growing body of evidence suggests that we should change our perspectives. We should be looking at hydration for health instead of hydration for performance, because obviously our athletes perform regardless of our advices, and they are very, very
international environment. This topic about early sport specialization is something, in my opinion, important and very important today. What it means about, regarding early sport specialization? It means that young athletes is directed to a specific kind of sport activity in very young age, in early age, early entrance into competitive sport, which brings a lot of physical and psychological stress. So is it positive or negative, or is it more positive or more negative for them? There are a lot of papers, a lot of studies about positive and negative effect of early entrance into competitive level of sport activity. It brings early occurrence of overtraining and overusing syndromes. It brings a lot of or higher incidence of acute injuries in this teenage period. And of course, early dropout and cessation of any kind of sport activity in very young period. Or in other words, they start early and finish with active sport activity early. One early sport specialization consensus brings a free spot. What early specialization, early sport specialization is real? It means participation in intensive training or competition more than 8 months per year. It means participation in only one specific sport kind of activity without any participation in any other kind of sport activities, and involving pre-pubertal children. This year, the youngest competitive athlete was born in 2000, in my ambulance of sports medicine. He was born in 2009 or 2010. So he's 8, 9 years old boy. But he had to pass through physical examination because he started with competitive level of football in his case. Okay. So there are few social economic factors which brings a reason why we start with early sport specialization regarding accessibility of a lot of different sports schools, a lot of clubs, especially in urban big centers in cities, town. Popularity and presence in media. Today, sport is the most popular activity. The athletes are idol for children. When we were children, we prefer actors and some other musicians, but today, athletes, the most popular athletes, are idols of today's children. And of course, the dark side of sport is financial profit. We have one unappropriate position of kinesiologists or coaches, trainers. We have one hyperproduction of coaches, of trainers on one side. We have a lot of clubs, we have a lot of school of sport, but all these clubs, school of sports, depends financially on membership of the children who attend this program. So you have to organize for them competition, because any children, they doesn't like only to practicing, to training. They need competition. So they start with an early competition phase on really high level. I told you about huge presence of sport in media. It's very popular. Athletes are idols, and sport is healthy. That's positive side of sport. But I told you, the dark side is that financial part, not only for young athletes, it's for the families, for the managers, trainers, anybody, clubs, anybody included in this system. Today we have more and more cases, situation when young athlete stop with his regular education at the beginning of secondary school with support of his or her parents to stop with the school because he will be famous or she will be famous athlete and doesn't need school and education. It's very often today, especially today. So if we separate 4 important subjects in a sports system, we have kinesiologists, we have sports science, we have governmental institution, we have healthcare of athletes, and family environment. So there are a lot of deficit, a lot of discommunication between these subjects, between each other. One example from my practice. 1 year ago, I have one 11 years old boy. He came because of some possible heart problem. He practicing tennis, and but he's completely healthy. I perform all physical examination and diagnostic methods, and he's completely healthy. But what's the problem? When I asked his mother about amount of his sessions, training sessions, it's crazy. It means 6 sessions per week, 2 hours each session of tennis. It's a primer sport, and he practicing extra from 3 to 4 sessions per week of football because he likes football and he wants to practicing with his friends, teammates. So when you count and summarize all of it, it's crazy. It's for 3 normal children amount of practicing. And this young boy and his parents asked me, what's the problem? He wants to do it, he can do it. Yes, but with which consequences? In this moment, he was healthy, but who knows? Another thing is to make a difference between biological and chronological age. In the most of cases, it's similar, but sometimes that could be 1, 2, or more years difference. So all competitions are based on chronicle age. But sometimes biological age of one of these children could be 1 or 2 years younger. But you have to put him or her in the chronological age. And he is not capable, or she is not capable to follow this amount of load, separately and cumulatively. Any of morphological or physiological characteristics has its own dynamic during growth period, from younger period, pre-puberty, and during puberty. So we have to know about it something, and we have to follow all these different dynamics when we put one children in some higher load of practicing, of training. One of the definition of athletes training, it's a bit longer, but I put in red color the most important for myself. By myself, in my opinion, the most important things. athletes training based on repetitive load, based on type intensity and frequency. So we have to individually adjust any of these components individually to any young athlete regarding his or her morphological, physiological characteristics, regarding of chronological or biological age. And two cases, again, in my opinion, important today. One is participation of overweight, obese children into competitive sport. What's the point? We don't have special organized activity for this population. We can only put them in the normal weight population of children to practicing with them. Football, athletic, doesn't matter, whatever. So, but are they capable to follow all requests with other normal weight children or not? Statement of the parents is, if they work a lot, they lose kilos, but it's not true. Another interest point is competitive combat sports. Injury in combat sports, Olympic sports, is not a big problem. We have protective equipment, it's very controlled, so it's not the real problem. But what's the problem? Aggressive weight loss. Because of when you want to stay in a lower category, because, you know, competition are based on weight categories. So you have two different aggressive interventions. One is acute weight loss based on sweatening, lot of training, lose a lot of fluid, body fluid, but electrolytes too. So it brings a lot of risks, and in practice we have in the last 15 years a few, unfortunately, deaths based on these aggressive procedures. Another is chronic, long-term weight loss, specific for combat sports, but in gymnastic, in some other sports based on aesthetic and physical look. So more present in young female population. So it's based on suspension and reducing of food and energy intake, and with, of course, a lot of practicing and a lot of exercise. So, especially in young female population, it brings a lot of pathophysiological processes known as female athlete triad. So, at the end, as a conclusion, there are no enough recreative programs, and we have to try to make some individual approach to any young athlete. We need more cooperation between these four subjects. I can tell you a lot of negative characteristics of any of these four, but I have no lot of time, and it's possible it's better to stay in good relations, any of us here. But any of four of these part of our system need more education and need more collaboration between each other. Thank you very much. Any questions for my colleague Damir or myself? Thank you.
And the last presentation is EU and Dual Career of Athletes, Mrs. Agata Ziernovska. sorry for my pronunciation, will present this.
It will be interesting, I promise. So, first of all, can you see me? Because it's a bit difficult. Can I use the mobile microphone, maybe? Because I'm relatively short and... no? Okay. So, it's very difficult to speak when I cannot see everybody, but I can handle somehow. The other thing is that it's very difficult to speak the last one, especially at nearly 7 p.m. So, I promise it will be only 10 minutes. So I hope you can stay with me for at least the last 10 minutes. So I would like to tell you something about the European Union and the EU and dual careers. First of all, maybe let's put a bit of structure in our discussion and let's answer the question, how should we understand dual career and how it is being understood at the EU level. So we understand dual career of athletes as the way that they can combine education and their sporting career in a flexible way. So this is the most important thing for us, that they can combine those two paths together. And when I speak about combining, I think already at the very, very early age. We don't think only about the university, but as it was already said and mentioned here, that we should think about the dual career at the very, very early age, when the young talents are 7, 8, 9 and more. They should start to understand the concept of dual career already at that time. Somebody can ask why EU, why the European Commission is dealing with the topic like dual career. First of all, we are very concerned about the early school leavers and as well as dropped out from sports from potential athletes. I think you already mentioned this topic, the problem of the dropouts, which is very, very important. And the Commission, we see ourselves as a kind of facilitator of this discussion between the non-governmental and governmental stakeholders, so somewhere in between to facilitate this dialogue. I would like to explain you one thing, that dual career, this whole concept, should be understood in a bit broader picture. So together with the dual career, we speak about qualifications in sport, we speak about the voluntary activities in sport and employability in sport. And why? Because everything leads to jobs. And this is a priority of the whole European Commission. Moreover, when we speak about dual career, we have to have this concept of cross-sectoral approach. It's not an education topic, it's not a sport topic, it's a mixed topic of education, sport, employment, and this should be looked at in this way. We see it as well as a way of empowering athletes and raising awareness. It's very important that they know from the beginning that there is life after sport or parallel to sport. Then, when we look a bit at the labor market, we see this mismatch. So, what we learn, what athletes learn, it does not really fit what is the labor market needs. So here we need to find a link, a bridge as well. And another important topic is the athletes' entourage. So it's not only to raise the awareness of the athletes themselves about dual career, but everybody around them. So when we speak about parents, coaches, teachers, and professors as well. So at the European level, dual career is a relatively well-covered topic. So as you know, European Union, European Commission, EU institutions in Brussels works on different documents. So we have something which is called EU Guidelines on Dual Careers. This is a document which is supposed to help policymakers, universities as well, federations, how to have the strategies, how to develop the strategies related to dual career. Then we have a political statement which is called Council Conclusions on Dual Careers from 2013, when all the ministers of all the EU, ministers responsible for sports, agreed that this is an important topic and we should invest in this area. As well, we have a study which gives a bit of this academic data, which is very important as well. After adopting these guidelines, which I mentioned, we checked last year, is implementation working or not? And this was the report already published on our, you can check on the European Commission website. And just to finish, that dual career is a priority for the EU. It has already been in 2011, and now it still continues to be a priority for the European Commission. How it looks a bit at the national level. I'm sure that you all know that it's very different in different member states. So the different approaches, sometimes we speak about more centralized approach to dual career strategies. Sometimes in many countries it's run mostly by the universities. So there are many differences. Of course, we have good practices, and it's very good news for you that tomorrow you will have the opportunity at least to hear about two of them. So the one from Austria and the one from UK. It's very, very good practices, and I think it will be worth to come tomorrow. And now a bit about financing. So it's not only policy, it's not only documents, it's not only bureaucracy what we produce, but we give a bit of money to implement this as well. So we have a financial program which is called Erasmus+, and in the field of sport, for 7 years, so till 2020, we have 266 million for all the projects in the area of sport. And one of the priority, it's dual careers. So now, currently, we have 22 projects which are supported by the EU. You can see more or less how it looks. Dual career keeps on being a priority at the EU level for the funding. You can have a look at this link for the kind of project we are financing. Now, I will just briefly speak what is still outstanding in our understanding, in the understanding of the European Commission. So there is still lack of, or there is insufficient cooperation between different sectors. So education, employment, and sport. There is still need to better cooperate. Then we should put more in the center the athlete, because the policy in this area should be very client-oriented. And then last one, I would just mention this concept of triple careers, which is not only education and not only sport, not only employment, but as well the private life, work balance. It's very important as well. And as a last one, I would like to promote one of the EU initiative, which is the European Week of Sport, which will happen between 23rd and 30th of September. And Croatia is one of the strongest supporters of this initiative. So be active, and you can have a look about all the events from all the countries. You can find it on this website. So thank you very much. I hope it was not too long, and enjoy your evening.
Za danas smo gotovi. Nadam se da se vidimo i sutra ujutro. To bi bilo sve. Vaše potvrde o sudjelovanju vas čekaju na infopointu na samom ulazu. Za one koji večeras idu na službenu večeru, evo, predlažu organizatori da ponesete nekakvu laganu jaknicu da bi možda moglo biti hladno. To je to, ugodan ostatak večeri, vidimo se sutra.